Master the art of reaching maps and endgame content faster than any other bleed build with this guide. In this video, you'll learn step-by-step how to effectively level Lacerate with a two-hander while staying alive. First, configure your loot filter to highlight armor evasion gear and prioritize wood splitter, timber, and sundering axes. Make sure to mark sundering bases of item level 83 or higher for future use. Keep an eye out for intelligence or turquoise amulets as you progress. Begin by acquiring any two-hander from the vendor and use Ground Slam until you reach level 12, at which point you can switch to Sunder. Implement Vitality and Life Tap as soon as you acquire them. Throughout Acts 2 and 3, use Life Tap and Chance to bleed with Sunder. By the end of Act 3, swap to Lacerate using either a vendor recipe or an alchemied axe with decent physical damage. Employ Blood and Sand in Act 1 and Flesh and Stone in Act 2, alongside Vitality from the outset. Frostblink and Leap Slam are our movement skills of choice. As you advance, you'll gain endurance charges and fortify early on, which are crucial for the build's defense. Keep an eye out for high armor only body armor early, as iron reflexes is not necessary until later. The build requires minimal masteries. However, a more defensive tree with solid defensive masteries is available. Replace Chance to Bleed with Fortify from Lily in Act 6. Maintain your resistances and axes as you progress. If you encounter a drop in axe performance in Act 6, a Veil Axe from the vendor will rectify this issue. Vendor bases for two-handers are typically plentiful, and the vendor recipe can be quite beneficial. Level on your offhand another Fortify for a 4-linked Leap Slam setup. Having Fortify on Leap Slam helps ensure it will have more reliable uptime, and be there if you Leap Slam into a mob you maybe shouldn't have. In Acts 9 and 10, start using alchemy orbs on every two-handed axe base and amethyst ring you come across. You can find amethyst rings from Act 6 vendors. By this point, you should have Determination active with around 7,000 armor and can drop Vitality. The build doesn't require additional aura reservation nodes or modifiers for its final damage, which is a distinct advantage. From this stage onward, any subpar physical axes will help you breeze through Uber Lab and into Tier 14 maps without much difficulty. If these early leveling guides are helpful, make sure to drop a like or sub so you don't miss more. The Ascendancy progression for Lacerate and most bleed builds. Get to your aggravating bleed second lab. Pick up Weapon Master third, then War of Attrition last. The 1-second ramp is useful for pinnacle bosses. There is a full tree guide for this build in the building link. For other builds, make sure you have a progression guide. Not only for your tree, but for your gear, how to craft it. But the auras and gem progression also. If you're suffering low damage at any point, add more flat base damage. Then add more damage over time, multi. As you enter maps, aim for over 3.8k life, some spell suppression, and 8 to 10k armor. This will ensure you become a formidable damage tank. By the time you reach Tier 16 and Pinnacle bosses, a Sundering Axe with at least 600 PDPS will provide a smooth experience. No unique items are necessary. However, the Ezomite Peak Helmet for 1 alchemy will enhance the build and your experience. You may remove it in the campaign for resistances, but try to reacquire it in white tiers as soon as possible. Additional intelligence is not required until the 6th link stage, but eventually incorporate it into the tree with hard knocks to level cruelty fully. Be on the lookout for good magic items in vendors. Identify more magic items dropped than you would have normally before, especially of an axe-based type. Good 1 and 2 modifier rolls are perfect for the Recombinator. This video is designed to boost your confidence and help you level up efficiently. For a more detailed guide on crafting endgame items, Stay tuned for the next video where I'll cover item crafting,